There's a chapter in the book called Become Present. I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, how? How do I do that? Before we learn how to do things, we need to know why. Why is it important to become present? I think many of us throw around book recommendations, and I've had many myself. We've got the books that we read and we have a fun experience reading them. And then I think we've got the books that genuinely change our life. I think we've got the books that genuinely change our day-to-day habits and our behaviors, our thinking process, the things that we consider that we never would have considered. I have to say this is one of them books for me. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. I used to really dislike reading. And I found myself when I started reading just kind of searching for information heavy stuff, so I could be the guy that like recites fun facts and insights into things. But I didn't start reading this book for external validation. I got hold of this book because there was an internal problem that I wanted to address. In the palm of our hand, we have access to the world, which has its beauties, has its positives. We're able to connect, we're able to share, and we're able to communicate a lot better. We're able to be somewhere where we're not currently at now. With the rise of access, there's been a decrease in presence. There's been a decrease in appreciation, gratitude, and stillness. For myself, already having this problem of finding presence, already having this problem of finding stillness, adding on a new phone and tablet and laptop on top of the problem I already had has been carnage. Why is it important to be in this moment and not concerned about the aftermath? Even as I speak now, even as I'm talking now, I'm focusing on the words that I'm saying. I'm focusing on looking at the camera, directly at the lens, speaking to you. And I'm not focusing about the editing process that I'm going to go through after. I'm not thinking about the clips that I want to create of this. I'm not thinking about any of that stuff. And I had to be intentional, because as I enter the space, even as I sat down, I was thinking about the clips I could get from this. I was thinking about what I can take. What can I take from this thing that I'm creating instead of the process of creating itself? How can I create the best thing instead of taking away from the thing that I've created? Being present has been something that's spoken about since day dot. Jesus was extremely clear with his disciples of worry about today. Don't concern yourself about tomorrow. In the Lord's Prayer, we ask for our daily bread, our bread for today and not for tomorrow. In some Olympic archery teams, the coaches take away the target completely because they found their students would lock in on the target, would focus so much on the target that they wouldn't focus on the process of pulling back the arrow. They wouldn't focus on the process of aiming. They wouldn't focus on the process of letting go. They wouldn't focus on the process. They'd focus on the target over there. Am I going to hit this target? Do I get 50? Because what they found is archers, I don't know what you call them, would sometimes hit amazing shots, but their technique wasn't right. So that means it's setting them up for failure, setting them up so they wouldn't repeat that. Sounds like such an easy thing to do, be present, but I genuinely think it's one of the hardest things in the world. Be in the moment, be in the middle of the conversation, be present within the conversation. Not thinking about the next thing you're going to say. Even having a conversation with someone and thinking about the next thing you're going to say is not being present. Because now you're not listening actively to what you're being told. The best thing about being present is, even if we get it wrong and we forget, we're given the opportunity straight away to be present. Being present is not something we have to wait for. We can do it right now, in this moment. We can choose to be present. And if we slip up and we miss that moment, cool. I think this is a great paragraph just to end it off. As we struggle with a crisis, our mind repeats on a loop just how unfair this is, how insane it is that it keeps happening and how it can't go on. Why are we draining ourselves of essential emotional and mental energies right when we need them the most? Even during a quiet evening at home, all we're thinking about is the list of improvements that need to be made. There may be a beautiful sunset, but instead of taking it in, we're taking a picture of it. We are not present, and so we miss out on life, on being our best, on seeing what's there. I hope that as I'm there holding my wife's hand and she's having our child, I'm not watching the football.